Yo, what's good guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be cooking up some more melodic drill. This time it's going to be a bit on the emotional side, so let's get straight into it. Alright, so we're going to start off with this loop I cooked up earlier. We're playing in 140 BPM D minor scale. Alright, so let me run y'all through how I made that loop. So we started off with a piano from Addictive Keys from the Studio Grand preset. I just got the piano playing out these pretty simple chords. We've got the D minor, C minor, A sharp minor, and back to C minor. Just repeating that over, and we doubled up the bass notes just to get a fuller sound. Alright, so for effects on that, I've got Parametric EQ2, just cut out a little bit of the low end, and then I've also got a halftime on top of that. And that's why if you look at the chords here, the chord is actually playing at a different time than what it appears on the piano roll, because the halftime makes it play a half speed. I could have made the same chords without the halftime and just put it into the piano roll normally, but I like the effect that the halftime puts on it. Next thing I added was this electric guitar. So for that, we've gone to Flex, Essential Guitars folder, Bright Humbucker AC15. And that's essentially just playing out the same notes as the piano, except for I added a very strong strum to it, just to make it sound almost like it's arpeggiating. So this is how that turned out. And then for effects on that, I just got a Parametric EQ2 just to cut out some of the low end. Then I opened up another instance of the exact same sound, and I've just got that playing out this top line melody. For effects on that, I've got Parametric EQ2, cut out the low end, as well as some tight pockets just to cut out those really high harsh frequencies. And then I've also got a Fruity Reverb 2 on top of that with the wet turned up. Next, I open up Arcade in the Distant Voices bank, Forevermore preset, and I've got that playing out this melody. And for effects on that, I've just got Parametric EQ2, cut out the low and low mids and just leave the high frequencies pass through. Next, I opened up Expand 2. We're in the soft pads folder, String Voice preset, definitely one of my go-to pad presets. And I've just got that copy in the same chords as the original piano. And for effects on that, I've got Parametric EQ2, cut out the lows, cut out the highs, only letting that mid-range come through just to keep it in the background. And then for the final piece, we've got the sub bass. For that, we've come to Analog Lab, and we're using the Basscalm preset. And that's just going to follow the root notes of the chords. And then I went ahead and bounced it out as a loop, and as always I separated each instrument individually just so that I have more control over it in the arrangement. Alright, so I think I'm going to flip the sample a little bit just to make it a little bit more interesting before we start adding the drums. Alright, so I just went and reversed it, and I think it's sounding hard like this. But I want to keep the original chord progression, so I'm going to chop it up a little bit and rearrange it. Alright, so to keep the original chord progression, I need to cut it each time that the chord changed in the original one. And as you can see here, the chord would change at the 2.5 bar and also at the 3.5 bar. But since it's in reverse, that means I actually have to cut the chord at the half bar and at the 3.5 bar, if that makes sense. It might seem a little bit confusing, but you just gotta trust the process and see how it turns out. So now that it's all chopped up and rearranged, let's take a listen. So as you can hear, the chords are back in the original order, just this time it's reversed. Alright, so now that we're done with the melody, we'll go ahead and get started with the drums. You want to keep it pretty simple on these emotional type beats, give the rapper lots of room to spit. Just command beat to copy it across. As I've added some filler notes to the counter snare, I've panned them left and right, just add a bit more movement and bounce to it. Now we're going to go for a rim on this one. You're probably tired of hearing me rinse this little filler from the X10 Economy drum kit, but it just works so good every time, man. And I'm pretty happy with what we got so far. Now we're going to go ahead and add the 808 and the kick. Alright, so as always, route the sample to a mixer track, put a parametric EQ2 on it. I normally cut it around 150 to 200 range, give lots of room for the sub with the 808 to come through. So we're just going to follow the root notes for now. So I'm happy with what we got. I'm gonna go ahead and arrange it all out and then I'll get right back with y'all. Alright, so I just finished arranging out the beat. Let me run y'all through it. Alright, so in the intro and the verses, we have the sample pitched down 1 octave.
Hella nasty to get it.
Then I brought back in the original piano as well. A little bit of a love filter. Then we have the original pitch sample back in. Then I added this top line there to the piano. Just add some variation for the second part of the hook. Then we come back into the verse. We've got the pitched down melody again. Plus we've got the EQ off so that the bass can come through. Then the EQ comes back on, the 808 and drums come back in. It's really stripped back and bare for the verse. Just giving the artist lots of room. Now we come into the bridge. We slapped the pitch down sample. We took the EQ off it again so the sub can come through. Then the low filter fade. Back into the hook. Well guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Please like the video, comment down below what you all want to see next, and see you all in the next one. Peace.